We're heading into the fall market, and there's been a lot of changes in 2022. Increased interest rates, sales that have really slowed down, inventory back to normal. Where is the market headed? Well, stay tuned. We're going to cover that. Hi, I'm Theresa Wellman with HomeownerExperience.com. Today we're digging into the market update stats with data closed through August 2022. It's here that first week of September, and we're going to review some of the charts and get some perspective on what's actually going on with the market. I know there are tons of news headlines out there talking about the market crashing and things falling apart, but let's get a dose of actual reality in Silicon Valley. I'm going to get some good year-over-year numbers and other data for you to really take with you to know how to move forward. So here at the screen, we have the Santa Clara County chart. I've zoomed in here at the bottom for you to get a better sense of the inventory and the sales. Now, supplies are higher than was in the pandemic, but as you see, it is turned down. So have we hit our seasonal peak? Possibly. Very likely, if you look at the zoomed out chart, we typically hit that peak sometime in June, July, or August. So it wouldn't be surprising if that's what we've done here as well. So that's a good sign for the market. A little bit less inventory, and demand was down in July, but the sales in August were ticked back up. So this is another good sign. Year to date, the sales are on track for pre-pandemic. So they're almost exactly what we had in 2019, was 5,757 sales in Santa Clara County. This is single family. Year to date, we're at 5,731. So just 26 units short of that number. So again, a healthy, normal market, definitely different than the pandemic, but good moving forward. So here's what's happened lately is prices have really softened this blue line here because interest rates just shot way up. And I know buyers, you really know this, you're feeling the huge increase in the payment, but it's taken a little bit of time for the market to adjust. I think we're at that number. So stay tuned as I give you more reasons why I think we've settled here. So these low interest rates in 2021 really fueled a huge increase in the prices, and we're seeing a little bit of return to back to where that number was. So let's zoom in here just to the San Jose single family market. Again, supply is pretty much on track for the normal San Jose curve if you look at previous years. Demand is back up from July up to August, and if you pull this across, you see it's pretty typical seasonally for the numbers to start to drop in the fall. So the market prices have adjusted for those interest rate increases and for that inventory getting back to a little bit more normal, both of which were not normal during 2020 and 2021. And sales are getting back to a normal number. So I think we have a healthy market ahead. So let's go ahead and dig into that a little bit further. I showed this chart last month to show you the difference of what's really changed in our market. The first thing was the overbidding. It was a supply and demand problem during the pandemic. And because of that, buyers were paying a huge premium. I mentioned previously it was 18% was the peak in February and March. And we're down right now, we'll get into the actual numbers, but to 0% over. So people are paying list price on average for a home. So that's a good, healthy sign that things have settled out as well. But look at this. The inventory and the sales lines are starting to head towards each other again. They had reversed during the pandemic years, and that's what fueled this crazy market. And you know what? They're heading back to a point where the market's going to pick up again. So I really wanted to get a sense of appreciation because I know it looks like we've lost value. The market is completely deflated if you're looking at just prices, but I wanted to give you some perspective over 10 years. So in front of me here, I calculated the year-over-year appreciation from August to the previous August for both San Jose and Santa Clara County. So yes, both San Jose and Santa Clara County are down year over year right now for the average price of a single family home. But if you look at 2020 and 2021, they were huge appreciation. 2019, we had a slight decrease as well, and the previous years, all really strong appreciation. 2013 and 2014 really stuck out as extra strong, but the average in San Jose is 10% a year appreciation and 9.4% for Santa Clara County. So really good when nationally they say it's 3 to 5%. So here's the actual market stats for San Jose. And I want you to stay tuned if you want to see the condo market stats as well. Average price in San Jose is down to 1.5 million. It's down year over year and from the month. The good news is the days of inventory is back to a more normal, healthy number, and sales of pending and closed are up. And you know what? The overbidding, like I mentioned, is gone. Looking at sales price to list price of just 100, a far cry from 108 a year ago and the 118 we saw earlier this spring. Interest rates, they've kind of, bounced around a little bit. They're settling now in the high 5% range, but they're expected to go up mid-September, so be aware of that. Unemployment numbers are still really good, well under 2.5%. Now, countywide, the condo market is doing something pretty similar. Prices have gone down quite a bit, but they're still above March 2020. If you've been watching me, you know the condos did not appreciate during the pandemic like single family homes did. We did see some huge appreciation recently, but that is settled back down again. Sales seem to be slowing, inventory is dropping, so I think we're heading into that fall market. Let's look at the actual numbers. So the average price, this is not for a single family, oops, that's an error, for a condo is $978. Those prices are down again, but the percent of homes in contract is up even from a year ago, which is great. Selling about list price as well. Days of inventory is again pretty healthy, about a month and a half. And pending sales have started to pick up again, so another good sign that buyers are out there jumping in. So next, first, if you're looking to buy or sell, if you haven't downloaded my buyer and seller guides, you should check that out, whichever one's most appropriate for you. And I want you to watch my latest video, 4 prices in the real estate market. That's really important because I discuss the relationship between those prices depending on what market conditions we're in, and I go through several different scenarios. As a buyer, you really need to be educated on these. As a seller, it's good information too. Thank you so much for joining me.